All right. So you hear what the Democrats are saying. You hear what Republicans are saying. What should we be doing? You've heard my opinion. I say throw it out. And I've never been on at that position before, but I am now. I want to bring in now to discuss all of this a Republican candidate for U.S. Senate in South Carolina. He's running against Lindsey Graham. He is a very serious candidate. He's been on the program before. He's already raised a lot of money. Okay, so this is not some fly-by-night campaign. Mark Lynch is with us. Mark, it's great to have you back on the program.
Thank you, Grant. Glad to be back on.
Well, you know, a lot of guys will run against the incumbent and say, oh, I'm going to, and they're not serious. And I mean it when I tell people out there, this is a very, very serious campaign. What is your message to Lindsey Graham as we're watching the shutdown go on? And your thoughts on the filibuster? I'm curious, what would you do if you're the next senator from South Carolina?
My message to Lindsey Graham is get my office cleaned out. It's time to go. And, you know, we're ready to do away with the filibuster. If we did away with that today, we could change Obamacare and end it tomorrow. And you know that, Grant. The filibuster has been a way that all of our congressmen are hiding. They don't want to have their roll call vote seen. And it's time to bring true transparency back to D.C. You know, this sit in Vegas where we get to hide our hand. We're going to show all the cards and keep our congressmen accountable and watch how they vote. And if we get rid of the filibuster, they're going to lose their easy way out with threatening, oh, we'll have a filibuster if we can't get our bill passed. Well, without it, they're going to have to vote. And the Republicans that, you know, we have the majority, we're going to keep them accountable and we're going to force them to show their hand and they're going to have to vote. We need to be running everything. We're controlling the House, the Senate, and the White House, and we're not getting anything done. And our country's been closed too long.
It has, and people are hurt because of it. So this is the kind of talk I know President Trump's going to like. You're running against a guy that President Trump seems to like. I don't know why. Lindsey's not always the greatest. I've been a very big critic of him most of the time. But Lindsey's not going to vote for this. So even if President Trump wants it, I'm not sure they get 51 votes right now to do away with the filibuster. Do you think they could get 51 votes from the Republican senators?
Yeah, and I believe if our senators knew the public voters were going to see how they're voting, they got to vote the right way. They can't hide with the threat of a filibuster either. They're going to have to get real and honor their oath as a true Republican.
You know, I look at guys like Thune, John Cornyn, Lindsey Graham, you got Ernst, you got all of these old-time establishment people that live by these old rules that the American people don't want anymore. I think it's going to be hard to get them on board. Cornyn, though, he's running he's got a very serious primary challenger in Attorney General Ken Paxton as well. That may force him to do some things. But we got to get this back on track. If you get to the United States Senate, Mark, what's the first thing you want to see happen to help President Trump?
Make Republicans be Republicans again. And I'm imploring Thune, I'm calling on him to call for the removal of the filibuster today, tomorrow. Get that done so we can open our country back up and keep our Republican Party true to the voter.
You know, I broadcast from Texas, and I listen to Senator Tommy Tuberville. He has the same thoughts as you. Can we just get the South to run all this? This country would be much better if we just followed our model.
Yep. Yeah. South Carolina's been first in a lot of things, and we're going to be first at bringing a U.S. Senator back that will represent the people that he works for, and that's me.
Well, it's a great pleasure to have you on the program. Where can people find you, sir, and how can they help out with your campaign?
Yes, sir. Well, they can go to Lynch for Senate, Lynch, F-O-R, Senate.com, and they can find us on X and Facebook, and they can help out, number one, by praying. This is spiritual warfare. We're dealing with evil at the deepest level. And so get on our knees and pray. And then contribute to our campaign. It takes your time to volunteer to help our campaign. They can sign up to volunteer on our website, and they can send a check to Lynch for Senate, and it takes a lot of money. You know, we put a lot of our own money into this campaign, and Roger Stone told me that's what Trump needs to see. He wants to see how much skin we have in the game and our polling. And my wife and I voted. We've been debt free since '99. We put $5 million of our own funds into this campaign because we're for real. And so, and our
Well,
polling shows that we're winning everywhere we go.
If you're putting that kind of money in the campaign, my Tito's on the rocks when I see you in South Carolina is on you, my friend. So I appreciate you coming on the program. Thank you so much for coming on. Good luck to you. All right.